Clippers take care of business, moving closer to the Western Conference Finals for the first time. The Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, have been to the Eastern Conference Finals a couple of times before. Both win. Celtics crushed the Raptors, never trailed.
Blitzed them. I mean, they came out, I think the first quarter was 21-11 or something like that. And just defensively, they were next level. And anybody that, when these playoff series started, there was a big debate about who would you rather have, Jaylen Brown or Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam has had one good game in this playoff series. I recognize it. Since he's been at the bubble, he hasn't been himself. But Jaylen Brown looks like the complete player, a massive star as it relates to a two-way player. You can put him on your best player offensively. He can lock him down, and he also can give you 27 points, in which they did last night. Looks like they're hitting on all cylinders.
He has a better surrounding cast, in my opinion, as well, though. I mean, when you think about Tatum, you think about the head coach. Brad Stevens. You start to look at that. Although Nick Nurse did win the championship a year ago, but you start to question, like, now in this situation, is he able to navigate in the postseason like he did a year ago as the head coach? When we saw, he certainly did a good job in the regular season, but now you have to make these adjustments, and it doesn't seem like that's happening with this run against Boston.
Well, look, Pascal Siakam he's going to be a big-time player, but the big question that we have for them this season was, look, the finals MVP last year, Kawhi Leonard, has left your team. Are you able, do you have the skill set to take that mantle? And Key, you know about this, like it's so relatable in football. If you don't have poise and composure with the way you play, right, because you've been in this position before, it looks like every time Pascal has the ball, it's almost like Russell Westbrook the other night. He's playing too fast. He doesn't seem to have the same composure. Where you watch Jaylen Brown, just everything he does seems like that of a superstar player. He never seems rushed. He's always maneuvering on his time, on his dime.
But could that be because he has other players around him where he doesn't feel like the world is on his shoulders, like he's carrying?
It could be, but we just saw Kawhi do that last year with the same team, right? So I'm just saying there's still room for growth as it relates to Pascal, where I feel like Jaylen Brown is a little bit more advanced as it relates to that skill set.
Well, and I'm saying because maybe he has those other players around him where he doesn't feel like he has to rush. Like he could just take his time, and if something doesn't go well, he has the other players to pick up the slack, where Siakam is like, it's me or nothing.
I don't know personally.
Because all the stress that can be put on a player being the guy. Like you were not the guy a year ago. You were one of many guys after Kawhi.
I hear. I just think if you were to switch positions between Jaylen Brown and Pascal, I think Toronto will have the same regular season record. I think they will have a more reliable score due to how he plays in Jaylen Brown more so than Pascal Siakam right now.
Fair enough. So the Celtics roll. They're one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Clippers win, moving closer to their first, potentially, as I mentioned. That was last night. Tonight, the big question.
See, I have to laugh every time. Because every time you say the Clippers moving closer, it's like, ooh, this is such a great moment in Clipperland. But that was more a shot at the Clipper fans. But go ahead.
You just had to do it.
If Clipper Darryl or Billy
it's
Crystal,
natural to
Clipper
you.
Darryl and Billy Crystal are loving this conversation. I mean,
Kids are like, Billy Crystal?
Look him up. Look him up, kids.
Crystal?
Definitely worth Googling. That's for sure. Pretty talented
it's an old
guy.
show.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.